The government has been shut down for weeks. Flights are being delayed. Air traffic controllers are working without pay. And millions of American families depending on food assistance are wondering how they'll make it through another month. But here's the real question: who's actually to blame for this shutdown? Is it Donald Trump? Chuck Schumer? Or is it the same old broken politics that keeps Washington trapped in a cycle of blame and inaction? Today, we're breaking it all down, what both sides are saying, what's really happening behind the scenes, and the one move that could end this shutdown right now, if anyone in Congress truly wanted to fix it. So make sure you watch until the very end, because I'll show you how this political standoff might reshape the 2026 elections, and what it really reveals about power, pride, and leadership in Washington. And before we dive in, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who's been following the shutdown story. It really helps the channel grow, and it ensures you never miss another deep political breakdown like this one. Alright, let's get into it. The blame game is officially on. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries fired one of the first major shots, saying Donald Trump has spent more time talking to Hamas and the Chinese Communist Party than he has talking to Democrats on Capitol Hill to end the Trump shutdown. That's a strong accusation, and it set the tone for what's become one of the most heated standoffs in years. But House Committee Chairman Bryan Steil immediately pushed back, calling it the Schumer Shutdown. According to Steil, Republicans already passed a clean continuing resolution, known as a CR, to reopen the government with no added conditions. He says Chuck Schumer himself voted for nearly identical resolutions 29 times in the past, including 13 times under President Biden. So what's different now? Steil says it's not policy, it's politics. He argues that Democrats are being held hostage by their radical base, pointing to mayoral races in cities like New York, Minneapolis, and Seattle as examples of how far-left influence is shaping national decision-making. In his words, Schumer is allowing chaos for political gain, and it's a disaster for the American people. Meanwhile, while politicians battle it out on cable news, ordinary Americans are the ones paying the price. Federal employees have now gone over a month without paychecks. Air traffic controllers are exhausted and unpaid. Families who depend on SNAP benefits, better known as food stamps, are facing uncertainty about their next meal. 2 federal judges recently ordered the administration to find emergency funding to keep food programs running, but Steil says these short-term fixes only make things worse in the long run. It's less than 1 month's worth of funding, he said, and while it helps families temporarily, it adds even more chaos to the system. He argues that the only real solution is for Democrats in the Senate to stop the games, pass the clean CR, and reopen the government, giving workers, families, and communities some long-term stability. But the gridlock continues. And as if the shutdown wasn't enough, another political battle is boiling: healthcare costs. According to Politico, Democrats are launching nearly 400 local events across the country to brace voters for rising Obamacare premiums, calling it a Republican-made problem. But Steil sees it differently. He says the Affordable Care Act was never truly affordable, and that Democrats are trying to distort the facts instead of fixing them. Steil claims healthcare is getting more expensive, waste and fraud are widespread, and bureaucracy is choking efficiency. And he insists that Congress can't even start working on those reforms until the government is fully reopened. We need to reopen the government and start negotiating real healthcare reform, he said. That's how we lower costs and stop wasting taxpayer money. At the heart of it all, the issue isn't just about budgets, it's about power. Both sides say they're fighting for the American people, but each blames the other for the suffering. Republicans say, let's reopen now and talk later. Democrats say, we won't negotiate until Trump agrees to our terms. And while they posture and argue, millions of Americans are caught in the middle: unpaid workers, worried families, and a nation growing more frustrated by the day. What's clear is that Washington is no longer debating solutions, it's fighting for control of the story. Who gets the blame? Who gets the credit when it's over? Because that's what will matter when election season rolls around. As this shutdown continues to drag on, it's becoming less about policy and more about politics. Congressman Steil believes that upcoming local elections, especially in cities like New York, Minneapolis, and Seattle, could be a major turning point. If voters reject the extremes, he says, it could pressure leaders in Washington to finally put people over politics. But until then, the standoff continues. Federal workers wait. Families struggle. And Washington keeps arguing. So, I'll leave you with this question. Who do you think is really responsible for this shutdown? Is it Trump? Schumer? Or both sides refusing to back down? Let me know what you think down in the comments. I want to hear your take. And before you go, if you found this breakdown helpful, smash that like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who's tired of political spin and wants the real story. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned, because in the next video, we'll uncover how this shutdown could reshape the 2026 elections, and the one decision in Washington that could change everything overnight.